Hello, everybody. It's grand to be with you again. It's been a while. I've missed you all. I hope you've missed me too. I am rocking red hair. That will be a feature for a while. The name is Mom, Divine Mom, and it's great to be with you on the conversation again. But I'm not alone. I'm with
Chukwuma Ohaka.
And sitting next to him,
Queen Rita
in bright yellow and rocking pink hair.
Barbie.
And rocking red hijab.
Z.
Yes, and that's how we're doing it today. It's Conversations, and we will be talking about cybercrime. 419, Yahoo. It has a range of names. Yeah.
Yahoo Plus.
MMM.
Yes, and EFCC. EFCC is developing a soft spot for people who are in that sector. So we figure
I'll be hard spots.
Yeah.
Soft spot, they're loving them.
Whether soft spot to hard spot to whatever it is, EFCC is getting interested, and we thought we should hone in on this and have a conversation about it. And that's exactly what we'll be doing right after this time out.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take its pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes. If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. There was a day, I got tired of all that, and I said,
Malians.
Seriously trouble.
I have a question.
Am I a Yahoo boy?
This is no news any longer. It is becoming a norm within our society. We see it on a daily basis. The cybercrime. This may be happening in public places, but it happens even in our homes. It did not just start today. It started with the name 419. Gradually, they began to assume other names as scammers, internet rascals, G-boys, and so on. Whatever you call it, it boils down to the name cybercrime. In 2019, records shows that the EFCC arrested over 200 cyber criminals. But did it help to stop it? No. Not too long ago, 39 of them were arrested in Kogi State. The question is, with all the arrests and negative publicity, why is the crime still on the increase? Obviously, it must be for the big gains in it. The exotic cars, classy houses, expensive jewelries, big impression on their girlfriends, and generally an exotic lifestyle. But have we taken a critical look at its mode of operation? Now, what they do is, first, they create false identities for themselves, establish contact with a foreigner who is their aspiring match. Then, they send pictures of the goods or product they want to sell. When the deal is sealed and money has been paid, the cyber criminal cuts off all contact with the foreigner or buyer. Usually, this business involves a long process to establish trust and a good relationship. Lately, it has been observed that they now add other things to facilitate the duration of their business. These additions include using their girlfriends' heads, using female underwears, pounding of newborn babies, cutting off tongues of young ladies, and so on.
What is that this cup?
The sense organs preserved in alcohol.
The sense organs preserved in alcohol. That's the eyes, the tongue, and what again?
The nose.
The nose is also here. What other organ is here?
The tongue.
The tongue is here. The eyes, the nose, and what?
And then the skin.
And the
skin.
Okay, the skin that you chopped off from her forehead. It's okay.
With all these evil acts to get this money, is it worth it? Under the Cybercrime Act 2015 in Nigeria, cyber criminals who perpetrate their acts by sending electronic messages or accessing and using data stored on a computer system are liable to fine up to 10 million naira or a term of imprisonment of 5 years. Accomplices will be arrested. Beyond that, we are all humans, and this act is alien to our culture and Nigeria at large. Let us turn the table around now. If you were to be the one used, how would you feel? Chew that a little bit, and you will find out it is the bitter truth, too big to chew. And if it does not taste good in your mouth, why administer to others? The taste of profit is sweeter when it comes from a bigger sweat. Hard work pays. Integrity tops on the chart of good characters.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take its pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes. If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. There was a thing, I got tired of all that and I said,
All right, we're back. And before we went on that break, I told you we'd be talking about Yahoo, 419, whatever you want to call it. Specifically,
Cybercrime.
we're looking at cybercrime.
Yes.
Z, do you want to share with us your thoughts on what cybercrime is?
Cybercrime is what I look at it as. It's basically going on the internet and stealing people's hard-earned money through fraudulent ways. Whether it's you saying that your father is a king and you're trying to get your inheritance, and this white Obodo Oyibo man should please come and give you the money, and once your inheritance comes, you're going to give him his money back, or you getting a hold of somebody's credit card and making a duplicate of it and using it all around the world to buy fancy things, or painting a story that you have this child that's in a hospital and you need to pay for medical bills and people should please send you 1K, 2K, 3K. By the time 100 people send you 3K, my darling, you have come up with 300K in that one day. You are richer than me in that day.
That's a lot of money.
300K.
Sitting in one day.
Yes.
Now imagine you do it every day.
Somebody did the sick child thing very successfully on Twitter, complete with pictures.
I'm telling you, they do this.
I actually wanted to give the thing a couple of days before making my contribution. I was lucky. You know, because he had this very sickly looking child.
Yes.
And then he had, he claimed it was his baby, and he was out in the streets with this baby running around in traffic and begging for money.
Was that the one in PH?
I think
that
so.
one
Yes.
was real.
That was on the road? No, the one in PH was real.
It was on the south, though.
Yes,
I don't know
that
whether
one
is
was it really real?
It was real.
I think the child contributed to it.
The
The
child
child ended up dying
Yeah,
before
but it was
going
real.
for. But he knew the child was going to die because they told him that this child has so amount of days because of the illness. It was one of those terminally ill situations that even if you are going to the Obodo Oyibo, to the most intelligent German doctor, that child is still going to die. So, and they raised up 72 million naira and the child died, please, did they get the money back? EFCC needs to investigate this matter. They need to return everybody their money back.
Z.
What? I'm just saying.
I didn't follow it so logically.
I followed it to the T.
That particular story might not sit in well with the scenario because it wasn't a deliberate attempt to defraud people.
How do you know, though?
How do you know
Because
that?
there was
That's
actually a
terminally
sick
ill.
child.
Yeah,
and
that the
child
doctor
actually
already
went
told you
to
was
the
going to
hospital.
die.
The child actually went to the hospital. In the instance that you gave, you have a situation where somebody is just picking up photos. Some of them even just photoshopped.
Yes.
And
Some people
lying
don't
to
even
you
have
that somebody's ill, my baby's terminally ill, and I need to take this child to the hospital, whereas that is not the case. So you intentionally want to defraud people.
I have a
It's different from
question,
when
though.
somebody is actually ill. Some people have blind faith and believe that even if the doctor says this, if I'm able to do that,
I
this
agree
person
with you.
could live.
Yeah, but
I agree with
did
you.
he
So what
reveal
happens in this
everything?
case?
Did he reveal
That the child
everything?
dies? Don't you return the money back to the people that contributed? Because the money wasn't given to you. The money was contributed for the medical bills,
that child.
treatments of this child. This child has passed on to go and be in a better place. You don't keep the money. This is my opinion. I might be wrong. I don't know everything under the clear blue sky. But this money was not given to you in goodwill. Go and change your life. It was for this child to go and get better. So the child has passed on. You return the money back.
That is how EFCC works.
Or at least,
And start going after somebody.
or at least channel
It's
the
not
funds.
innocence. It's
No,
not innocence.
no, at least channel the funds into maybe some form of
what?
charitable to help people in the same situation.
Send it back to
Maybe.
the people. Did the people tell you they are doing charity? Send it
Okay.
back to the people.
Okay, one way of looking
You
at
can
this
check
could be that-
everybody that sent you money.
One way of looking at this could be that he could have offered to return the
He
money.
didn't offer. I said I followed it to the T.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
Daddy
that's an
Freeze
option.
investigate, spoke to him and everything. He never offered to return it back. 72 million from how many millions of Nigerians?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's an option.
Yes.
He could have
Offered to return the money.
return the money and then waited to see how many people say, yes, I really do need that money back. Because I do think that the way Nigerians ordinarily are, maybe up to 3/4 would have said, listen, you've been honest enough about this thing. I already gave it to you anyway, so just hold it. And then the 1 or 2 people who really needed their money back, he could have sent back.
Let's not bully
That would be
Chukima.
an
He's
option.
been doing IMA since.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
tough,
see,
sir.
I wouldn't agree that that act was a cybercrime.
It is.
Cybercrime.
It's not a cyber
It's
crime.
not.
Cybercrime.
But there
I
are
don't
elements
think
of
it is.
deception there.
No, when it's until it's proven to the point that he actually knew that the child was going to die. Now, when we talk about that kind of person, he didn't go into the internet to present something that is not real. His child was sick. Now, when we talk about cybercrime, we are talking about people who have access to codes to break into into some things, either the bank, your ATM, your personal
Computer network.
network, and begin to
online,
pull it out,
fraudulently.
pull
They
it
hack
out, pull
into your
it out.
email.
Now,
and do
I
fraudulent
work
stuff.
in an organization where my clients call me to give me all manner of reports of people who call them with all fictitious promises relating to our services. And those people are not going to give those services. And you're depriving these people the little money they have for their benefit. And you pretend to be offering services. In one of the cases, I was called. One day, one person called me. Are you so-and-so person? I said, yes. He said, remember we met at so-and-so. Immediately he said, we remember we met so-and-so. I knew where he was coming from. I just said, okay, let me waste this man's credit. He said that he's an engineer with so-and-so oil company. That he has a contract. Has a contract that I should call him back. I said, Oga, if you want me to call you back,
This
you're not-
contract
you're-
no go work.
the next person, another person called me and offered something. I asked him, sir, can I ask you one question? So don't you have poor people in your village? Why would you be me that you want to enrich like this? He ended the call. Now, cybercrime is always happening to victims of greed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In
People
some
are prone to
cases,
it.
in some
That-
cases,
that-
not all the time.
I don't agree.
Sorry, I'll tell you this.
Look at MMM.
Sorry,
It's only greed that makes you go into MMM.
Z. Except for the aged, the ignorant ones who don't understand when you say test this for your BVN to be activated, or people who get called that their bank account has been blocked and they needed to handle it very quick. 95% of people who have been victims to cybercrime are greedy people.
That's a very high percentage.
No. If you take time, ask a question. How would someone who doesn't know you tell you that he is an engineer?
But that's just a particular
instance.
That's just an aspect.
Can we have 5 instances of cybercrime?
They hack into your account, for instance.
Thank you.
Once they hacked into my
that has nothing to do with
Once they hacked into my Facebook account, for instance,
okay,
and there's somebody the person who did that was sending message to people to say they were stranded at ABC Place and they needed call credits or they needed money. So somebody actually sent. People were sending call credits to say take 1,000, 2,000. So eventually, when I realized what was going on, I was able to get my.
You have turned yourself a beggar. You have turned a beggar.
I had to start putting out a disclaimer. In fact, I had to refund. One particular person was so adamant. She said, "I said you should borrow." It was borrow. I had to pay back. Yes,
the one that.
So they do that. I mean, in that case, what would you say to me? I didn't know it was even happening.
You're right.
The one that happened, it broke out on Instablock today is, I think, in France somewhere, some guy who makes $5.2 million a month of cybercrime, him and his cartel. So what they do is they go into the bank, you know, they have a system that they go into.
Where did you say he was?
He's on Instablock. If you go there today.
I need to look. He makes how much a day?
5.2 a month.
A month.
$5.2 million a month.
You people be talking. Let me hack into my ego and think how much.
A new career.
5.2 million. Hold on.
They go into the bank, you know, do transactions. The moment they have access into the bank, they already prepared their software and all, stay there and do some stuffs, and they do the transaction, transfer it to a third party's account, and then they pay the third party to withdraw the money, so it's not traced to them, and it's been going on for a long time, and they got caught, and it broke out today.
Wow.
That's an aspect of cybercrime. So on my comment, I was like, this people just showed Nigerian guys the new level of, you know, this.
Nigerian guys are already doing it, so let me tell you.
It is.
They're already doing it, darling.
It's happening now.
If I see one kobo lost in my account,
No, but
you pray that you don't.
won't know.
This happened to me. This happened to me in December, around Christmas time. We'd gone to visit somebody, a dignitary, and as I sat there, I just saw money leaving my account in 20,000 naira.
Your card was somewhere.
No, it was in my bag.
Your card was sitting in her bag.
It was in my bag.
This has happened to me in Miami.
I sat there and broke into a cold sweat because we had just arrived. I started tapping my husband to I need to, but the thing is, I didn't even know what I needed to do. Was I going to dash to the ATM and what? But at that moment, I was thinking maybe if I run to an ATM and change my password, maybe. But my mind was doing this. You know?
Next time, if you have such experience, or if you have someone who has such experience, the first person to call is you call your bank's customer care and intimate them to deactivate your online transaction.
Don't you do online banking?
No, that's
with
one.
my bank, you go to your online banking and disable your card.
Disable your card.
I didn't know that was
you disable your card. Disable your card.
I didn't know that was
why I said this because why I asked for this is because you might be in a no network area for you to have access to internet. Now, the best thing to do there and then, if you're in a place where you have access to the internet, go to your bank. If you finish, I could also tell you how you could do it if you have your online. Go to your bank and your online app immediately, and all those will be blocked. But if you can't do it immediately, get in touch with your bank's customer care person. Call them and tell them this is what you're experiencing. They will deactivate your account. Or you have your account officer's number. Call your account officer. They will deactivate your account immediately.
I didn't know those options were available to me. So the first thing that was going through my mind was you need to get to an ATM machine and change your password, which was what I did. It didn't help.
It didn't.
It didn't help.
Because they had the whole card.
Because I didn't know of these other options you're talking about until I came to Abuja and went to the bank and reported. And well, there's nothing you can do. So I said, please, fine, there's nothing you can do about it now. Going forward, what do I need to not do? Again, what did I do wrong? What happened? I said, well, somebody has your card details. Yeah, and I kept racking my, I'm sorry, and I'm sure I'm not the only person. Every now and then you give somebody you really trust, you know,
Okay, yeah.
help me withdraw money on your way back from such. It happens. I'm sure I'm not the only person.
Yeah.
So there were like 2 or 3 people who had my card details, including my PIN. Yeah, but I think the real palaver started when I loaded my credit card details on a certain one of these taxi providing
Yes,
services.
I was going to call you
I will not
that.
specify which one because it was right after that. But I first of all started receiving false alerts. An alert would come in that a certain amount had been debited. I'll check my balance and it would still be
You are testing.
what. So at that point, I think
should
they were trying
No,
to.
okay,
they were
no,
testing it out,
okay,
yeah.
They were
let
testing
me
out
also
whatever they were doing.
Let me also inform. What you would have done, the taxi providers, you may not have registered on the correct platform. You may have registered on the cloned platform. There are cloned platforms that come to look as if it is the same.
So they're not secure.
Yes, so when you register on the clone platform, it's for fraudsters. They take your information for the purpose of taking
So
your
how
money.
can you tell the difference?
No, there are measures to check the difference. There are
How many people know all of that?
No, there are a
And
lot of
HTTP.
things. Apart from that, sometimes your bank could. Haven't you gotten an email that seems as if it came from your bank? With your
No,
bank
I
website?
know all those things.
No, you don't. You know because you are now enlightened. There are people when they say it, they just want to respond. Now, most times banks will always tell you processes of understanding which one is real and which one is not. And one of such is you look at the first when you open a site and you want to look into the site. Go to the browser. You will see something like a padlock. That's an assurance to show you that this site is
secure.
Okay.
Most of these cloned sites don't have this
that.
padlock.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah,
HTTPS.
if I'm going to do anything to any site I'm not too sure of.
Now your phone even tells you this is an unsecure site.
Unsecure
Yeah.
site.
Would you like to
Do
proceed?
anything, if I don't want to do something with any site I don't trust, I go through these measures to ensure that it's there. But first, one of the key things is one measure is don't always put your accounts that have a dedicated account
For online
that you should have all
transactions.
these
Yes.
transactions.
Yeah, now I do.
Now, what you
So
do
you don't
is,
have money,
if you
much
don't
money
have,
in
like, if my ATM is missing now, well, look, I'm in Benny. If you check highest, I will see my ATM at any point in time is 40,000, 50,000. I said when I have
Wow.
payment to make. You understand? Because I have learned that it is only when you get yourself exposed to it you become a victim.
Exactly.
So you have a dedicated account, let it be for the purpose of that transaction. If you transfer money from your bank to that account, you continue using your card. When it finishes, if you have to move money again, you go again and transfer money to that account.
That's
what I do
exactly
now.
what I do.
Helps
That's
you
what I
to
do
save
now.
That's what I do.
trouble. Because most times you want to flaunt. Me, I don't want to flaunt. So when you want to live some kind of life, you run yourself into danger.
Wow.
The basic thing is secure yourself first. Secure yourself and ensure that you're not exposed to allowing people take your money from your
What
account.
about all this Yahoo something?
So Naira, cybercrime,
Naira Marley,
Zlatan, and Simi.
Loom.
No, Loom. That's
Loom
something
is,
else.
it's now trendy.
That's a network marketing kind of thing,
So
which
I think
could
instead from Simi, she's the one that has stirred the Nigerian music industry up. She said, "Oh, don't buy my music if you are Yahoo, this one, that one, that one," and then comments started flowing, and then Naira Marley got involved.
Uncle Mali took the matter on top of his head.
The truth is, I never heard about him until this whole Yahoo thing started, which is a shame.
I still don't know any song.
Frankly,
I don't know
as we're
him.
speaking now,
I don't know.
Which song did
I've
he
not heard the
sing?
story.
I know Zlatan Abi because of the song that he sang with Burna Boy. But actually, I don't know him.
Both, I have an idea of the Naira Marley story, but he doesn't even know anything at all. So
You know Simi, right?
Yeah, the one that got married.
musician.
She's a musician.
She's a musician before she got
married.
married. Thank you. Don't just associate her with
She's a
marriage.
fantastic Nigerian musician, song
That's the
producer.
first
She's
thing you should
amazing.
say.
Exactly. That's why I had to correct you.
Feminist.
It is a
I'm just trying to crack your.
She's just a
And I'm in love of Simi's songs.
asking the Nigerian Yahoo boys to stop that. They're giving us a bad image out of the country, and that if you are doing this, don't buy my music, do not support my career, because I am speaking out to say no.
Without her sweet voice.
And then so many
there was an uproar.
artists. Yeah, a lot of people reacted. A lot of people carried it to the not carried it. Instablog carried it. So many blogs. But then Naira Marley, the first thing he did was he put
The
up a
ambassador
post
for Yahoo
saying,
Yahoo.
"Oh, I saw Simi today. She did not smile at me. I wonder if I'm a Yahoo Yahoo person." That was the first thing. That was his first post. And then Simi reacted that, "Oh, you know, I saw him. He didn't say hi to me. I didn't say hi to him. I didn't feel like I had a need to. Blah 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 blah." Then the whole, Yahoo thing blew up. It's where he was saying that, "Oh, how did he even put it? Yeah, Yahoo is supporting music. I mean, people that use Yahoo are supporting the music industry, and saying stuff. And then other celebrities came to support him."
Oh wow! Long story short, he made a song called I remember this song because I just read it 2 days ago. He made a song called Am I a Yahoo Boy?
Was it after this thing started?
Yeah, yes. That's the lineup. After she said he now went to make a song and a whole video. Am I a Yahoo Boy? Apparently, as he was deciding to defend the Yahoo, until EFCC decided to look into his matter and carry his matter personally.
On top of their matter.
On top of their own matter.
They actually found it guilty of a lot of...
No, they haven't found him guilty. They haven't gone to court.
Because it hasn't gone to court.
It is alleged.
They found him because
I was going to come into that.
evidence.
They picked him up with Zlatan and...
I was going to come into that. Because it's a matter that is between a government official, the court, and individual, let them settle their matter.
No, it's out in the public. Why didn't you say that the order was
This one is not content of God. We talk about it because there's this song from way back.
Yahoo!
Thank you. For the longest time, it was my favorite song. I did not even realize what Yahuze is. I just knew it was a song I really liked. I mean, seriously.
I was this day old when I found out.
No, it's you just found out too, right?
I said it, I was this day old.
I knew for the first time when Oprah complained about it, that Nigerians were so corrupt that we were even glorifying 419 through one song. And I was like, what? That song is about Yahoo. I mean, I love the beat. They use Yoruba for like half the thing. I don't understand Yoruba. I don't know what Yahooze is. So I just loved the song a lot. But apparently, it turned out, it's still one of my favorite songs, sorry. It turned out that the guy was glorifying the cybercrime kind of.
Wow.
Now, that was like 15 years ago. But now that we're trying to create a new image for Nigeria, I mean, we're trying to walk away from that. So if there was a time in Nigeria when it was okay to, I go chop your money and all this kind of thing.
Really.
But that's what I'm saying. Back then, even those who knew what the song was about really enjoyed it.
Everybody didn't know.
Everybody knew.
I said I was 2 years old when I found out.
I said Oprah knew, so there were people who knew that's what that song was about.
Yeah.
It's just a handful of Nigerians who said they didn't know.
Advanced journalist.
She's an advanced Yoruba woman. But in all seriousness, if back then it was okay, because nobody raised any eyebrows, government didn't say anything.
Oh, it was banned. It was banned on radio.
It was banned on radio.
Yeah,
okay, fine.
It was not
so that now EFCC has gone the extra mile to take a magnifying glass to this guy, and they found quite a bit of incriminating stuff. And he's been slammed with about 11 charges.
11 up to 7 years in jail.
You see, it's going to be a very hard one. If you wriggle out of 5, you might get slammed on 6. So there's a very high probability that this guy is going to spend a long time in jail.
A lot of time in jail.
And when he comes back, in fact, even right now that he's going through the process, you will see that the whole people are doing 419 because they are suffering. The argument is dying down.
Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to be there.
Because that was the argument at first.
When people begin to say people are doing 419 because people are suffering, you're just invariably saying that it's good to do bad.
It's just like saying, because an armed robber coming to rob you is okay because he's suffering.
He's hungry.
This argument brought a lot of views. People said, oh, that when we were enslaved, so now we are getting our money back.
No, you know what?
I saw
You see this kind of things. You see this kind of things.
This is the 90 acres and a mule.
Jokes apart, I'm not trying to form a saint or a good guy. I would never find myself, if by mistake I find my browser in this kind of blog, I'm out in the next 1-2 minutes because it's a waste of time.
I argued against it.
One of the people
It's a
who
waste
stood
of
up,
time.
Yeah, I stood against it strongly.
when this conversation was going on Alibaba.
Okay, he stood
Alibaba
against it,
Yes,
right?
he had a post out that said, look, if something is bad, call it bad. Don't paint it anything else. It is wrong. It is not acceptable. We have hardworking Nigerians. We don't want a few to just go out and then tarnish the image of everybody. At the end of the day, we say Nigerians glorify ABC and AB.
I don't know doing this for their
a lot of people came after him for that. Some people said he's forming holier than that. He said, thank you. Call me whatever you like.
would be shocked.
But this is no. If you don't like me for saying this, unfollow. And if you don't follow me, I will unfollow you.
People that are glorifying it.
But that's where the video was coming from too with nobody holy pass.
No, but yes, he made that statement.
Doesn't make sense.
See, from my point of view, it's like if you support it, then kindly give out your bank details. Just put it out there. Just put it. You support it. Nobody wholly pass. Oh, it's a means of making money. Oh, at least the money is coming back to Nigeria. It's enriching the economy. We agree, no problem. Auntie, uncle, kindly put out your account details. I have a few Yahoo people I can help you forward to. You can, yes.
Yes, to see.
I have a few Yahoo people that can help you. They can help your matter. They will go in and clear your account and help Nigeria's economy.
That PRO, when she comes after you and says,
No, I'm just saying, no. I'm not saying it's okay. You're not getting what I'm saying. Hold on, Chidima, wait, hold on. What I'm saying is, if you feel like what these fraudsters are doing, it's okay, you're coming up with excuses for them, then how about we go a step further? In your account, let us take it.
You see, I think the people who support this are people who have never been victims.
Exactly.
And have never been close to some. There are people who have committed suicide.
Yes.
Because they were wiped out.
Yes.
I know what it is for my account to be
ruined because of these things.
We have situation of
you have people sitting around, and because you're carrying a smartphone in your hand, you want to sit down and justify. I had a friend whose father died, and that was how he paid his siblings' school fees. Is that the first time somebody's father is dying? Is that the only thing he could think of to pay his siblings' school fees?
Frankly speaking, there's no justifying.
There's no justification for it.
If you can justify Yahoo, then you can justify the armed robbers, then you can justify rape, you can justify killing.
There's no justifying any form of crime, let alone cyber crime. Because most victims of cyber crime are those without, forget the Oyibo, the high. You see people, I've seen an old woman.
Imagine they clear your whole life savings.
An old woman who lost all she had to cybercrime. And she placed curse on these people.
Why not?
So retirement benefits, everything paid to somebody, and they will just come.
So you see that it's truth is the young men that are listening to us. I know that a lot of people might come up and criticize Chukwuma. Fine, go ahead and criticize Chukwuma. But the truth is, cybercrime is evil. It doesn't end you well, no matter what, because every time there's an adage that says what comes from the right goes with the left. However you make it, it goes out. Quit trying to impress people who don't know you existed.
Exactly.
I always ask a very, very important question. I will ask two friends. You guys are too close. I'll ask them can you remember what this person wore last Sunday? And it's always difficult. Even sometimes, if I ask you, Rita, you have to think on what you wore last Sunday, even for you to remember. So why are you trying to impress people who don't even know you existed? Because you borrow money or you do evil to come and be flashing on people who are even hitting on you on the negative. So instead of you to do, I always say, for you to go that length to be able to convert that your good gift that God has given to you into negativity, it means that there are so many good things you could use that negative strength.
True.
So you can achieve a lot with using that negative strength in the positive. No matter how your company is, growing up, I had gangs, as in friends in the university who were chain smokers. To date, I've never known what it is to smoke.
Yeah.
I had friends, when we go out, when we go clubbing, they will be drinking their beer. I'm sure they are listening. I will drink my water. They will be calling me woman. I say, yes, nah. Because what? I can't, I tell you, I'm not drinking because I'm running away from anything, but because I don't have the brains. So I didn't allow the influence of those around me to make me do what I didn't want to do. And it helped me in the kind of friends I keep. If I see that association with you is going to bring any negative vibes to me, I try as much as possible to run.
Negative energy, stay far away.
Competition is what is giving room to a lot of crime now. People are, this person don't hammer, buy Benz. Another person, you don't want to know what this person is doing to get Benz, to get Benz. How long would you use this Benz?
People want to keep up with the Joneses. Let's look at the banking sector. There's a lot of worry that people in the banking sector are actually compromised.
Yeah.
Well, that's tragic. I'm hearing this for the first
There are
time.
times when, recently, I know someone who is a cleaner. She got paid, saw her alert that she has a salary, went to the bank. You know, this person is a cleaner, so you can imagine how much salary that is. Went to the bank to withdraw and couldn't withdraw, to the ATM, and she couldn't withdraw. The account says zero. Her phone says there's money. Then she goes inside the bank and she's told, no, now. Yeah, the money was transferred. By who? Somebody cleared the account online. She does not have online banking. She does not, you know, she's not even exposed to that level where she could do something like that. So they went to the bank and say, okay, someone who is of a superior position in the office, where this is the problem a colleague of mine is having. What happened? Oh, so person cleared it from this bank into this other bank. The person who cleared it, this is the name, this is the whatnot. And that's the much the bank could do at that stage. Until we went online and started blasting. This has been, people started responding. This has been going on. My money was moved from this bank. This happened. They withdrew my money without my attention. And that's when the bank called to say, oh, please, we are going to investigate it and try to get the money back for her.
No, don't investigate it.
So how did the money leave in the first place?
But even, we've talked so much about money, the financial base, and so on and so forth. People are getting their very private, especially pictures and videos, leaked. You know, people who are interested in doing nudes, sex videos and things like this. Those, I don't know how, but every now and then, these kinds of material
We just
are stolen somehow. And because we live in a world where all these smart gadgets can be digitally manipulated, we don't know now how that is happening for people who have things like this stored in their phones or in their laptops. Is it like maybe you have some of this content on your laptop, it suffers a glitch, and you take it for repairs, and somebody notices, whoa, there's something here that could, your phone, so
or they hack into your email.
Or they hack into your email if you're the kind of person who likes
social media accounts.
Because you know now your email stores your pictures because you have this cloud backup.
Yeah.
So everything gets, so once they hack into your email, they get access to your pictures. Thinking, oh, it's on your phone, nobody, they get it. It is there. It's just like you get a new phone, you put your email and everything comes back.
Yeah.
Oh my world.
So you see, for those of us who like doing things like that, it's not my thing, but for people who like doing things like that, they need to be really careful. Because this is material that's potentially life-destroying. Nigeria is still relatively conservative. I seriously doubt that there are highly placed people whose nudes will appear in social media and will survive that particular...
They might,
I know somebody...
I'm not talking of physical death now. Imagine, for instance, yes, maybe a deputy governor somewhere. His nudes appear on Facebook.
And Emia's nudes appear.
And Emia's nudes appear somewhere.
It appeared.
A pastor, I mean,
Really? Yes.
one so-called pastor's sex video appeared one time. I said, how does a pastor have a sex video?
They talk about it for a few days and they move on.
Yes.
That's just it.
It's a private thing, you and your spouse.
No, but that's the whole point.
Why do you need
A
the
pastor
camera?
should not even have a sex video at all.
If it's you and your spouse, why do you need a camera?
He doesn't, he's not
Some of
married.
them like
He was not married. He was not married. He was not married. So that's fornication right there.
No. So I thought he was married.
No. If he's married and it's with his wife, okay, you guys are doing your thing. You know, that was why when Nnamdi Kanu's son came, I'm like, nah, that's his wife. I don't want to.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was on Twitter. Yes, it was on Twitter.
I'm just hearing.
It was on
Go and
Twitter.
look for it. Where have I been?
No, it was on Twitter, but it was his wife doing all the videoing and everything. I just saw 3 seconds of it, and I'm like, you guys, let it go.
Wow.
I mean, I'm on the other side, but not that much. This is not a big deal. He's with his wife. No matter how hard you try, you can't turn this into a scandal. Let it go. I'm not a fan, but let it go. You know, but this dude I'm talking about was not married, so he wasn't supposed to be fornicating because he's a pastor. Never mind filming it and having evidence that later makes it into social media. And one of the people that recently committed suicide, we're now hearing, is because the nudes were leaked. It's not everybody that can handle it if these things are leaked.
Pressure.
So if you know you're that kind of person who will not be able to handle it if it is leaked, why bother producing it at all?
I agree with you. But the second question is this. What's the business with people's privacy?
No, but there will always be bad
Some people, some hackers.
You put the privacy out.
Like,
into
let me
the
give
web.
you let me tell you a story. There's a hacker that sent me a DM through Instagram and said, my name is so and so. I hacked so and so account, this account, da. If you don't give me this amount of money, I will hack your accounts. We just had a topic on bullying, Abi. You can't bully me. I told him, I said, please, I've been waiting to blow for a long time. I don't blow yet. I said, I can pay you
to hack it,
to hack this account, sir. Don't blackmail me. Oh. It's me that is blackmailing you to help me hack this thing. I said, I can even give you my phone, sir. Don't give yourself any wahala. Come and collect the phone. I will give you what to post so I can hurry up and blow. Maybe somebody will buy me house in Maitama. That was the last time I heard from him.
I will have a minute before please.
Madam, you know they sell book for here. See, our food, see our food.
Like you don't have a menu? So how am I supposed to know what to order for or what to eat?
Who the heck recommended this rat hole of a hooker for you?
Hey!
Who can you, what do you want?
Oh my God! Who is that lousy woman and why are you screaming to the rooftop?
Stand up for me and get out! You just said this place is a shower place. Please don't like that. How? What are you doing? Come here! Come! Take out!
No, they don't.
Travel.
Malians.
Seriously travel.
I have a question.
Am I a Yahoo boy?
Here. Capacity my man Chupaco. Chiamo. Bawo ma panyo. Seriously travel. Am I a Yahoo boy? Ela mi gba mi o. Ṣé mo jọmọ Yahoo? Èmi ò mọ SARS tèmi mọ̀ ìsás on the beat. Ọlọ́pàá kò lè mú wa tani SARS fẹ́ mú lọ níbí. Wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mí bí Fẹlá, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mí bí Mandela, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mí bí President Kennedy, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mí bẹ́ẹ̀ Kéwu Abíọ́lá.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take his pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, and so it's not about me, it's about the guys, they're not ready to marry.
Yes. If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. There was a day I got tired of all that and I
The lesson every listener should take home is, one, if you can't do without nude videos, it's encouraged that you do a backup so that you can remove it from devices that would expose you. Because there are people who do it out of hobby. If you know you can't control such hobby, have a backup device at home so that you could keep it safe and far from those who could use it outside. Secondly, if you are having, for us parents, we should also try to educate our children on the disadvantage of this gang up and devices that are going on about making it so quick and getting rich and getting things that are not supposed to be ours, so that we'll know who their friends are. We'll know what they interact with their friends and try to give them audience to also speak to us so that we'll be able to counsel them.
Yes.
Then for our parents or the aged at home, it's also important that you manage to keep your cards very safe. If you're not too very good with the online banking transactions and everything, don't get involved.
Okay,
Exactly.
Rita, a last word from you.
Stay safe. Some people have the habit of saving their passwords in their phone and different places. I don't do that. Because people can easily, if you can't memorize it, don't use it as a password. That's my own advice, you know, personally. And one thing I've taken away from the program today is don't put an account that has so much money online or in your on your card anyway. So I think we should all do that. Have that account that doesn't have so much money, but that's the one you're using, you know, with your card. And just generally be careful whatever you do online.
Great. Another.
So for me, with cybercrime, I would like to say if you are doing that right now and you think you justify yourself by saying, oh, my mom, my parents, you know, they did this to them, they did that to them, just know that your conscience is doing you injustice. You're doing the wrong thing. All right, cybercrime has never been the answer. You'll never be the answer. And in case, let me shock you, when you guys discredit the Nigerian government and the EFCC, you'll be shocked. They actually do know their job. They know what they're doing. They will come for you. They will
It might not be today.
So stop it this minute. It is wrong. Do not encourage yourself. Don't encourage your friends. And if you are doing rituals and all those vices to try and blow, Mercedes, the value of Mercedes today is not going to be the same value tomorrow. So please, 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 and please.
Zee, a final word from you.
Well, to all the fraudsters, cybercrime individuals that feel like, oh, because you've taken somebody's worth, somebody's whole life savings, that you're going to enjoy your life. There's something called karma, and it never fails to come back around. It might, and when it comes back around, I have noticed karma comes back 10, 20 times harder. So that money that you've gathered from that poor old woman that has worked her whole life to save this up and has retired, and you take it, and you never know, that's your mother that is dying, might not just be natural death. It could be an act of karma. That's a car accident that you keep getting into. That's karma coming to bite you. And for all the people that feel like they're standing up for this and allowing it to happen, and like I said earlier, Auntie, bring your accounts, let us help you. Let us give it to some Yahoo. Let's see how it feels. Because it's easy for you to sit down and talk, but when it happens to you, the thing they burn and they pepper. It has happened to me.
You
so I
don't
know
know until you walk a mile in the other person's shoes.
Exactly. Be wise. Don't do to others what you would not want others to do to you. Plain and simple.
I would beg to differ with my brother Chukuma here. If you're the kind of person who really loves seeing yourself in action, get a wall-to-wall mirror. My name is Devan Mom. We'll see you again. No.